Everybody. All at night, so it was a little dark. They promised you guys a video of combos. I'm going to showcase 3 combos. Don't be disappointed, I promise. These are all pre-Alliance Insight, despite the fact you might see some post-alien cards. Maybe. Dual look could be weird. Anyways, this is the pre-video. The post-Alliance Insight video will be coming shortly. I still have it tweaked the last little bit, the combo. So. But what I want to do is show you exactly what the first 1 card combos are for right now for the first like 2-ish weeks. So that way you get a little familiar with the deck. And if you've never played at Ignisters before, welcome. This is your tutorial video. Let's get started. First, we're going to do is the first 1 card combo, which is Pikari at Ignister. In my opinion, the best. Next format, not so much. Next format is more Achichi, but we will cut hairs. I mean, they basically do the same thing. They're all 1 card combos that I'm going to show you. You get the 1 card, it's going to get you to the Arrival, Cyberstatic Ignister, with at least 4,000 attack, and the trap card, Mathmech Superfactorial face down, which allows you to go into Mathmech Laplacian, allowing you to rip 3 cards out, and from one from your opponent's hand, 1 monster, and 1 spell and trap your opponent controls, and be able to carry a monster or card negate, omni negate. On top of which you still have the Arrival and you have the Pegasus. Without further ado, let's stop talking, get into the combo. So, first one, normal summon Pikari. Pikari is going to kick off searching for your AI spell attack card. You want to grab I Meet You. That is basically your Rhoda of the deck. You're then going to link summon off into Dark Infant at Ignister. Dark Infant will trigger to search your field spell Ignister Island. This is your most important card in the deck, pre-Alliance Insight. You're going to be I Meet You, which allows you to take a Cyberse from your hand or extra deck with 2,300 original attack, throw it to your opponent, and if you do, you search your deck for a Alignister with the same corresponding attribute. The rest of the turn after it resolves, you are Cyberse effect locked. Also, if you don't summon the monster reveal, so in this case, Ecotalk or Heat Soul, you take 2,300 damage. Ignister Island allows you to once per attribute, special summon and add Ignister Mouse from your hand, as long as you meet basically Sky Strider conditions, which is having no cards in your main monster zone. You're going to go ahead and special summon the Achichi after you link summon, searching you the Doyan at Ignister. We're going to link those 2 off into our next piece, which is our Thyros Wicked. Island's going to trigger to special summon Doyan. You're going to chain block, the Wicked as chain link 1, banish your first copy of Infant, and you're going to go chain link 2, Doyan, targeting your Pikari at Ignister, add it back to your hand. Wicked is going to search you a Cyber Sooner, which is Buru at Ignister. You're then going to link these 3 off into Transco Talker. It's going to trigger Doyan's effect add back I meet. If Doyan's used for a Cyber set type link monster, you can target any AI spell trapping your graveyard add back to your hand. Here, you're going to use Island's effect special on Bakari. It counts if you special summon with the effect of Ignister Island. Also, it only counts for that particular card. So you can summon back other cards, other pieces from your graveyard through other effects. But like right now, I'm about to summon back a dark attribute, even though I've summoned a dark with Ignister Island. Let's see. We're gonna bring back the Cyber Legacy Zone of Transco Talker points to. And we're gonna summon our Dark Templar at Ignister, which is our soul charge of the deck. We're then going to activate Buru at Ignister. Buru is going to activate to send an Aggrestor to the graveyard. Here, I'm going to point out something important for meta players. You're going to go Chainlink 1 Templar, Chainlink 2 Bururu. The reason why you do that is because Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit exist in the format, and if they ogre your Dark Templar at Ignister, you don't have any zones to revive your at Ignister monsters to point to. So you want to chain block that with Bururu. So if they hit you, you're hitting your Bururu, and it will still come back because there's now an empty zone there. So you're going to go Chainlink 1 Templar, Chainlink 2 Bururu. That's going to send your Don Mari at Ignister, which is your quote unquote field omni-negate for whenever you control the arrival cyber at Ignister. Very good card. As you can see, I'm going to bring back the remaining two Ignisters that are level 4 lower to the remaining zones of points to. And then we're going to synchro summon to our Wind Pegasus Ignister. Wind Pegasus or Baruru, when used for a cyber step monster, can target the non-tuner to summon back, which allows us to bring back Pikari. Now, you're going to use Pikari's effect targeting any one of the two Ignisters that you control, making them a level 4 to the end of this turn. You want to do that after you use Baruru to synchro summon off because any monster brought back with Templar has this effect again. Your overlay for Prime Mathmech Alimbertion. Alimbertion takes any amount of level 4 monsters, at least two, and you can detach any number of monsters to do one of the following effects. We're simply going to use this first effect, which is detach 2 to add a Mathmech card from your deck to your hand. That's going to drop 2 to search out Mathmech Circular. Welcome back, Circular. I'm so happy you're back. There you go, Mathmech Circular. Send Mathmech Tabla. That's going to summon out Not Circular. Version allows you to tribute any Cybers monster to summon back as a Mathmech from your hand or graveyard. You're going to bring back Nabla. That's going to trigger Circular's effect to search the trap card, Mathmech Superfactorial. Superfactorial is basically a really insane version of Soul Charge, where it targets up to 3 Mathmechs, summons all of them back, and then you can either Synchro Summon by shuffling them back into the graveyard, into the deck instead of sending them to the graveyard, or you can XE summon by using all those monsters. Both the monsters that you bring out within the effect have to be Mathmechs. Also, you have to use the monsters that you target. So if you bring them out and you can't summon the monster, then you do as much as possible. If you have to go for Alan Merchant, if you bring back 2, you go for 2. If you bring back 3, you can't go for Laplacian. But to the next one. So we search out the Superfactorial. Now you're going to use Nabla's effect, attributing itself to summon a Mathmech from your deck. Now you contribute any Cyrus monster, so it comes up if in case some of your monsters get flipped face down by an effect like Book of Moon or White. You're going to summon out Mathmech Diameter from the deck. Now it's important to summon Diameter because one, you need 3 Mathmechs to go into Laplacian for. Second, Diameter has a nice little effect where once returned, during the turn that the Xyz monster that you summon using Diameter is on the field, if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate that effect. So basically, turn you summon a monster using Diameter, doesn't matter if it's a Synchro or XE summoned, using this card as material, only on that turn, it gains an Omni Negate effect. So on top of being able to rip a card from your opponent's hand, a spell trap from their field, and a monster from their field, all without targeting, you now have an Omni Negate on top of your Danmari. So we're going to keep going. Here, you're going to go into our Spot Mage. Now, the only reason why I say that is because right now you have 2 darks in your field. Rival has to take at least up to 3 monsters, or at least 3 monsters, I should say. At least 3 monsters with different attributes. So you need to be able to alter your attributes just a little bit here. We're going to use the effect of Wind Splash Mage to bring back your Wind attribute, Wind Pegasus. Now your attributes are all lined up. You have 4 different attributes. You can go ahead and link all those off into the Arrival Cybers at Ignisters. So now you have the Superfactorial set. You have a 4,000 unaffected Arrival. You can make that 5,000. I do want to point out you need to run 2 copies of Dark Infant at Ignisters. The reason why I say that is when you summon the Baruru upon the Dark Templar, you don't want to trigger Templar's effect just yet. You want to link summon it off to this middle zone right here. Not sure if curse is showing, but you want to summon it to the middle zone where Templar is. That way you bring back an extra monster. Now you also want to call a different attribute like Earth or Divine, something that's not on your field. That way you'll have 5 different link materials to link off into a 5,000 arrival. 4,000 is easy. 5,000, that's a little harder, especially with Memento Combined Creation in the format. So that is your one card Achichi combo. Or did I say Achichi? I meant Pikari. My apologies. That is your one card Pikari combo. Next one is basically our Achichi combo, which I'm just gonna speed run this because it's literally the exact same thing. You just mix things up. If you're familiar with this deck, the deck is essentially a triangle combo. You want to get Pikari to I meet you to one of the bodies to Pikari. So as you can see, you got the Pikari, Pikari got to I meet you. In the last video, it was Pikari to I meet you to Achichi. And then after you get those three bodies in rotation, then you go for your Doyan, which allows you to go into all these bodies. Bring back, synchro, back. Yep, target, overlay, detach to, circular, by sending Nabla. You see there's not. Yep, same thing. 4,000 arrival. Boom. Okay. So now for the third combo, which is if you open up this spell. Now, normally you go, I meet you, reveal, Achichi. Achichi will search Bakari. However, mm, well, you can't go Bakari until I meet you again because you already, you burnt your materials. However, you can do one of two ways, and I'm going to show you the one way right here. So this is our one card I meet you combo. So you're going to reveal Heat Soul, search Achichi, summon, search Doyan. You're going to link off into Infant, that searches Island, special Doyan, add back your Achichi. Blooper. So now you're triggering Wicked to search out your Baruru. Now you link summon off into Mage. Important to go to full splash mage here because you want to bring back any of your cyber bodies in defense mode. Splash mage is the only one who can bring back anybody because Transcotalker brings back a link and G Golem brings back another link. So you want to summon Ruru, which sends Pikari now. Splash mage will now bring back the Pikari. However, you cannot use the effect right here. If you do, it's going to resolve negated due to Splash Mage's effect. You want to turn the effect back on. So you're going to synchro summon here. By doing so, Bururu will bring back the Pikari, allowing Pikari's effects to remain online. So you can use that effect to start your next piece, which is going to be your spell card Idol Reborn. You're going to link these three bodies off into Dark Templar. Now you're going to use Reborn. Now you can either target Pikari, and that's going to bring back the other two bodies. That's going to overlay, yep. You're going to make the Allen version here. And I'm just going to fast forward it just a little bit. Super fast. Tribute summon, like for G Golem. Now, the reason I linked for G Golem here is because for the arrival, you need at least two different bodies with you need at least three different bodies with three different attributes. You can either bring back Doyon and link for Infin, which allows you to bring back Bakari, Achichi, and Doyon, and then allow you to bounce over the Infin over Calling Divine, which gets you to a 4,000 arrival as well. Or you can do this line, which is not as strong, but it's going to get you to a 3,000 arrival with two factorial, and you're going to have recursion for fun. Granted, you're going to have recursion fall off next turn anyways, but with Reborn, you can target Doyon at summon it back and either add back Damari, which allows you to block an attack, or add back one of your starters, which allows you to play for next turn. Then on the following turn, you can link summon off for Lingeribo, which I can't see my public extract right here. You can link summon for Lingaribo, which will trigger Doyan's effect to bring back the Idle Reborn and allow you to use it because you used it on the previous turn. So there's a lot of different one card combos you can do with the deck. I have a few listed down below. It's going to be in the comment section. But the one thing I do want to point out is that these are not the only one card combos. You don't have to end on just the Arrival Cybernetic Ignister. On top of the Arrival Cybernetic Ignister lines, I do have some lines for Wall Dragon Singularity. Now, these combo lines are also in the comments as well. I'm not going to go into detail because it's essentially the same combo, just the end board's a little different. If you watch the video, you'll understand, or the combo lines, you'll understand how slightly similar but different they are, and then they are arrival lines. They still end in very much the same exact place. It's just, in my opinion, I feel the singularity lines are way better because on top of having the arrival that's unaffected, you have singularity that's unaffected due to Gatcheri's effect, and you have up to 2 bounces because you have an Xyz and a Synchro Monster on play in your graveyard. A lot of different ideas you can play with, a lot of different theories you can run. There's infinite amount of deck theory you can play with this deck, and that's just right now, pre-Alliance Insight. Post-Alliance Insight, take all those ideas take half of them, throw them out the window because half of them aren't going to be good. The other half of them just get 20 times better. Next week, or actually, I want to say next week. I'm actually going to be trying to upload it within the next few days or so. Um, Next few days is going to be the post Alliance Insight video. That way, so you know what to look out for, what to acquire, what combo lines to look out, and what's great. I'm also going to try to point out some more quote unquote meta, in combo, in depth, like the ideas I had when I had a Templar idea with the Ogre. I'm gonna have more of those. Like I'm gonna have more suggestions where don't do this or do this or play like this. That way you avoid certain cards such as Droll and Lockbird or the Mulch Armies or just like a little foreshadowing of what I'm gonna be showing you. So like I said, in the comments are gonna be our description, I should say, all the links for all the replays. Enjoy, have fun. They're there for you guys. I made a video for everybody to get better with the deck, especially since it's going to be really good in a month or so. With that being said, everybody, have a great night. Scott out.